we tell Razor that his theory was correct?
I think he already knows.
I fucking called it! Why weren't you guys surprised?
We were.
Okay. Rise up, my fellow warriors of chaos. I'm Razor Einstein. That is my brother, Control-Alt-Delete, and that's my other brother, hashtag on Facebook.
I'm no hashtag.
I'm kidding. It's the Berserker.
I am Force Escape.
I'm kidding. It's the Berserker and Air. Sorry, I've been getting these guys on the psych, and I've been obsessed with the nicknames.
Also, he's a lunatic.
I'm not gay. Please stop.
I know what you are.
Okay, so we had just finished watching RWBY Volume 5, the final chapter.
Can I just say that it was very suspenseful?
Yeah, it was very suspenseful, but I want to talk about. All right, first off, I'm going to talk about the whole thing.
We're doing the reviews, right?
Yes, we're doing the reviews. I want to talk about the plot. The plot makes sense. They're trying to find the.
We're from Volume 1.
No, we're just talking about. This is Volume 5. This is all about Volume 5.
We're doing a whole franchise.
Huh?
I thought you said we were doing the whole franchise.
No. Just
the whole volume.
Just the volume. We're just because this is Volume 5 review.
Why don't we do it on the past 5 volumes?
Yeah.
Past events.
Yes. So Volume 5. The story is pretty much they're in Mistral and they're trying to save the relic, protect the relic from Salem. And let me just say this: at some parts the volume does have a tendency to drag, as it's more focused on the relic and story. And normally I'm okay with that. I like that as long as it's like a little bit of good action. There was for the from chapter 10. Hang on, I'm double checking. I think I'm gonna double check something. From chapter 10 or 11, I believe it was it was chapter 10 to chapter 14. It was action. It was either chapter 10 or 11.
It was
10 or 11.
What?
From chapter 10 or either chapter 10 or 11 to chapter. Yes. When did the action start? Because hang on, I'm doing back. Let's see.
I forgot what the time was.
Hang on.
Was that Yang?
It was chapter 11. Yeah, chapter 11 was the main. From chapter 11 to chapter 14, it was the action in Mistral's area. The
action actually started when Yang encounters the bandits. Actually.
I'm counting like the major action part. That's what I'm counting. Like when they're fighting against Cinder, her friends.
That actually informs the plot to what's actually going to happen next.
Yes. Can I help you?
He's gay.
But okay.
You're just calling me gay.
All right. First off, I want to talk about something. The fighting sequences are really good, especially when Yang kicks ass.
And made an action.
Oh, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit. But a lot
Can
of
we
the
just talk about Nora for a second?
Oh, in 1 second. It was like, but
She's sexy as
the
hell.
action is really good. Let's talk about before we continue on with Nora as Berserker. Really want to talk about Nora, and so do I. Aerith brings up a good point. The maiden on maiden action sequence between Raven and Cinder. By the way, spoilers. I just should have put this way ahead. Spoilers, because I'm doing the entire chapter volume. The maiden action was beautiful. It was it was climactic. It was interesting. The fighting
was
really
climax.
good. It was really good.
Were you
It
really
causes
about
the
to say
ultimate climax.
I was about to say anticlimactic, but I stopped myself halfway through.
Jesus Christ.
But the fight, it was really good to see this, because pretty much RWBY is known for really, really good action sequences. Take Volume 2.
Also, can we talk about RWBY headbutting the one dude?
Headbutting Mercury? Yes, because I even said something.
I wanted to see her fight with fists.
I even said one of my theories that RWBY will have some hand-to-hand action sequences, and I was right.
You mean head-to-head? It's technically head-to-head.
But
That wasn't hand to hand though.
Rock.
and she said head-to-head, so it's still like
You said red
Rock.
the head.
Paper.
You said red the head.
Scissors.
no, rock, paper, headbutt. Super effective. Alright, but oh god.
I don't even know who these people are anymore.
Does that make Mercury a fighting type?
Yes.
I knew it. Alright,
Yeah, he does a lot
stop!
of kicks.
You're making me
He's using super kick.
You're making me sidetracked.
Super kick.
Stop.
These people are idiots, I tell you.
Sorry, I just checked something because something looked a little bit odd.
Wording.
No, just.
The screen's not showing, I know.
Okay, just trying to figure that out.
It
Okay,
doesn't-
sorry.
Hey,
It
what's
doesn't do it when
going
it's
down?
recording.
Okay, I didn't know
What's
that.
going down, Razor?
Alright, so, but needless to say, the action sequences are my best. And let's just take a moment to talk about Nora.
She's sexy as
I
hell.
made a joke back
Hold
when
on,
I was
hold on.
part of a RWBY page. Yes.
Hold
She's
on.
my new waifu.
Can I just do something?
What?
You know that one GIF?
Yes.
What?
The motherfucking boot when she just like jumps up with the hammer
Motherfucking
and
boot.
just bams the scorpion. Boop, boop. Stop. Okay, let's just talk about her semblance is really fucking awesome. I love Nora's semblance a lot. And originally, this is actually 100% true. When I first met Nora, I didn't like her. And then all of a sudden, like, I started to
You hate her.
I really started to like her.
We'll break his legs.
She grew on me a lot. But still,
I do
the
it.
scene when she bams Hazel, I loved that scene.
We will break his legs.
I love that scene so much because it was funny to
Can we
watch.
just talk about that ending though? Everyone was unarmed.
We'll get to that in a minute. We're getting to that.
No weapons.
Okay, but I love Nora. The excuse. By the way, there was also a lot of story in this, and the fact, a lot of story. Damn, like I said, a lot of story based off from the
You
backstory
like-
of Ozpin, and a little bit more on how some of the characters got their semblance. We
I'd
already
like
know.
to reiterate that point.
And who was the girl in that?
Okay, first off, Hazel. I remember watching your theory, and you said how Hazel's sister is Summer Rose. It's not. They said
What is
her name. I don't remember the name, but they,
They said
her
Lieutenant
name.
Lionheart.
They never said. They said her name, but it wasn't Summer Rose. And they didn't seem. They didn't.
People just assume that. That's why.
It's not. It's not.
Who is it then?
They said he said her name. When I get after this review, I'm going to go back, go to that scene, and show you that it wasn't Summer Rose because it's driving me insane. Because people, I'm not finishing that thought. I'm not finishing that thought. And needless to say, because you're getting me sidetracked, they go back on a lot of backstory, especially with Ozpin, on how he made more sense and how what he says before in Volume 2 that he's made more mistakes than any man or woman in the world. That makes sense because of who he is. Now, how the stories of even how they got their semblance is also brought into feature. How RWBY got her semblance from each of them had got a semblance in a dire situation. Ozpin's, I don't remember how he got a semblance. RWBY was during a situation. Ren's was when his was talked about in Volume 4, and Nora's, she was struck by lightning,
And John's.
and that made me lose it. And
John's is when he actually suffered from losing someone.
that's not a semblance. It's not because he was
Healing.
he was transferring his aura to her, much like how in Volume 1.
Nora
when
said it
Pyrrha-
was a semblance.
Let me finish. Remember Volume 1 when Pyrrha transferred some of her aura into Jean to activate his semblance, to activate his aura? That's what he was doing, because Nora even said, he said, it's not like I'm doing it, it's like I'm transferring my aura into her.
So
He
she
was-
gave him one of her abilities.
What?
Yes.
No,
So
what?
she gave him one of her abilities.
I think that's a thing that a lot of people do. Like, people are like, hey, you low enough? Hey, let me transfer
Why
one of
haven't
my
we
aura.
s-
Oh, god damn it.
Then why haven't we seen a lot of people doing it?
Mostly
We
because...
would have probably seen a lot of people doing
Do
it
you
by
want to know
now.
why? Their aura has already probably shattered. Especially because we don't see that. Because Jean, he has a lot of aura. As Pyrrha said, by the way, people who cry about Pyrrha, he was transferring his aura because he has a lot of it into Weiss to bring her
Razor
back.
cries every time.
But all right.
There's
That,
that
other
guy.
than that, so pretty much we got that all said and done. Other stuff. Let's talk about the climax at the end of Volume 5. Let's talk about that.
The climax.
I think
The mega climax.
the
Oh my.
thing with Salem, that was an illusion caused by Emerald.
That was the biggest illusion she ever made.
Mostly, but it makes sense though
That was
because
all sorts
of
of
how her
nonsense.
semblance works.
But now they know who Salem is.
Actually, no, scratch that. It wasn't her semblance. It
Yes,
was
it was.
actually Salem. It might have been because at the end when we see her, no, it was her semblance because the more,
Yeah, it was her
'cause
semblance.
I was thinking,
Salem can't do that kind of thing to people.
how do you not know that?
She can't open her mouth that wide.
How do we not know? It's Salem. She could do whatever she damn well pleases. She's probably a god. Or goddess. Goddess, I meant.
You mean?
But thing is,
Yes,
I
she's goddess.
actually I would do to go back.
Goddess of Grim.
It was Emerald semblance mostly because when they were running away, Emerald's like, oh fuck this. By the way, I want to talk about Hazel. I liked Hazel a lot. He's like, especially at
Same
first, he's like, he was. I don't give two shits. All of a sudden, like, ah, he was the Hulk. And his semblance, along with his ability, like him just injecting dust crystals into his arm, his semblance doesn't make him feel pain. And I love that.
You know
Actually,
what's funny though?
what?
If dust poisoning was a thing, he'd have it.
There's no
Yeah,
He'd have
poison
it
in
on a
dust.
very high.
There might be if injecting too much dust in your
They
body.
never showed that at the beginning of season 1. What kind of dust there were.
I know.
They
But
already represented that at the beginning. And those are the only kind of dust they have in the World Remnant.
I know. But if you inject dust into your body in like in large quantities, there could be like
There could be some pretty
Negative
damn
effects.
nasty
yes, that's what
side
I'm saying.
effects.
So pretty much
Side
there
effects.
could be dust poisoning in his body. He's ingesting so much dust into his body. He ingested
Also, he can't
4
feel pain, so he wouldn't even know it's there. So
He,
it kills him.
he injected 4 dust crystals, 2 of lightning and 2 of fire. And why do I keep doing this? And so that's pretty much him powering up. So he has the abilities of the dust. Please stop. And he's injecting, like I say, he's injecting himself. So there could be consequences of the dust poisoning in him, and he doesn't know about it until it might happen later on. And please stop moving me and let go. Surrounded by idiots.
That's what I said earlier.
Alright, I'm trying to do a review here, guys.
Do
I
it.
know we're trying to make it harder.
And, okay, so let's see.
That's what she said.
First off, I don't want to talk about the special effects because Rooster Teeth increases their graphics every single year. So I'm not saying ducking any points about that. I want to talk about mostly fighting wise. This is something that Volume 4 was highly criticized on. How it was there was more
Yeah, there
story.
was seriously no fighting in Volume 4 that much.
I know, except for the Tyrion Crow fight in the final battle against that one Grim. This is something.
Twice kind of.
This is something I want
Twice
to talk about.
kind of did it.
This is what I want to talk about. Volume 4 was highly criticized about having a lot of action. Not having a lot of action, but having a lot of story, and a lot of people criticized about that. Volume 5 is no different. It was mostly story driven until the story started getting up in chapter 11, when they started fighting. However, that didn't stop Rooster Teeth from talking. Volume 5, at its best, has action sequences, but it also is a lot of talking, especially in situations. In the battle, in the final 3 chapters, 11, 12, 13, and 14, those final 4 chapters, there was action, but it was it was toppled by talking over it. There was situations that fighting sequences are going on behind them, and they're focused on the 2 characters that are talking.
Wait, they really did that in Volume 4.
No, I'm talking about Volume
It was
5
like
right now.
episode 1.
Yeah, and that I like when there's talking.
I'm not gonna
like,
lie, it was kind of like episode 1 from Star Wars.
Yeah, I appreciate there being some story, but when the story and talking is overlapping some action sequences,
It kind of gets complicated.
it also it gets complicated, but it also gets really annoying. Especially, I even said how I don't think how Yang and Mercury are gonna fight, and I was actually proven wrong. This is
Oh,
why I'm
plus,
doing-
are we going to do one of these videos when we're at RTX?
Probably. And the thing is, why I'm doing air quotes is that we see the battle start, but that's it. We see we see tiny glimpse, and the glimpses we see are from the trailer. The Yang Mercury fight that's all in the trailer, and that's it. And we see like Yang get pushed back, and that's it. Because they're focused on Lionheart and Oscar talking. And that just really, really pissed me off.
Because they didn't show a lot of Yang and Mercury versus.
No, because Yang and Mercury have been hyped since Volume 2. And I'm still not counting the fighting festival from Volume 3. I'm still not
They
counting
didn't even
that.
settle that score even.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, I'm not counting because it's off screen. If the battle happens off screen, then why bother putting the battle in there? It sounds like I'm complaining because yes, I am. I like RWBY. I love it a lot. I have a shirt that Eric bought me,
He has one too.
and I like RWBY a lot. But not only from the fight sequence, but also from the story itself. But when seriously, when the talking goes over the action, it becomes just irritating and like a slap in the face to its fans. Like, hey, you like good action sequences? Screw you. We're going to have two characters talk over it. And Lionheart was a throwaway character, especially since he died, which I called him being killed by Salem after being defeated by RWBY and her friends.
It was very out.
Called that.
In so many ways.
And even the fight that people were thinking, let's have a fight between Sun and with Blake against Adam. Very like 2-3 seconds, Adam runs away.
Pretty much.
He was always a coward. Who else didn't know that? He was always a coward. Always.
The more
He always hid behind his mask.
I talk about Volume 5, the
It's
more
true.
I get a lot upset. I was really pumped for this volume. The music was beautiful. I love this, and just the fact that there was so much talking, and just how action sequences were just cut away, just made me really upset. I'm giving Volume 4 a pass because of Volume 4 and how the impact it left on me, especially because it made more sense.
Volume 4 was basically more about sadness.
That's what I mean. The sadness and people trying to pick up the pieces after what happened after the fall of Beacon.
Yep.
I'm trying my best to defend Volume 5. But the more I talk about it,
Do
the
it.
more I think about action sequences cut away for talking. Which is why I want to talk about like how what's final tally. And this is really upsetting because normally because final tally is like what we rank it. Volume 5, I swear, is like a 5 out of 10. What do you guys think Volume 5 is?
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. What do you say?
I'm gonna go 8 out of 10 just because I didn't mind like the mostly story-driven stuff.
Yeah, I prefer story driven. Especially like, but I'm talking mostly like why it's a 5 out of 10 was from the last 4 chapters. Everything else was fine. I was okay with
I said
that.
6 because basically they only had one thing I loved in it. That's volume, and that was the main fight.
The main fight, I say, was probably the best episode
I've heard
of the entire chapter, the volume.
That was
Murder?
kind of like equated to the Darth Maul fight from episode 1. This is like, most of episode 1 was basically story, and then you get to that part, and you're just like, holy shit.
Yes, but I want to.
Can I continue talking? I didn't finish.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Basically, why I picked this set of 6 is because the main fight, and also what Murder Birds, aka Arnold, said. It basically reminds him of Soul Calibur. The big swords and everything. I never played it, but I see his point.
But I also want to say this: the reason why, like I said, it's 5 out of 10, is just because of the last 4 chapters and how big of a letdown they were to me. Except the maiden fight. That scene was great, but everything, all the other chapters, all the other 3 chapters around that, were just really disappointing to me. Especially in every single RWBY volume, at the final episode, they always ended with a big fight. Not so here. There was just all talking. And like the second there might have been any action sequences, got away to someone talking. But everything else in front of it was good, and I liked how the story kind of driven by. But just the big letdown just really made me upset. Which is why this is my opinion on the best RWBY volumes. Volume 2 is my absolute favorite. I love the volume. Best intro it has the best intro and most memorable scenes I can say about RWBY. If you want to ask me anything about Volume 2, there's like some of the most memorable scenes. Swai, because Swai is a Swai.
That's why.
Swai is a cardigan
There you go.
corgi and not a Pembroke Welsh corgi. I know what a corgi is. I own one.
And slap him with the hammer. Or that, my bad.
The
Hit him with the
The ball scene is one of my absolute favorite scenes in all of RWBY, and just so much in that Volume 2 just made me love it.
Corgi.
Volume 1 is next. Volume 2, I love its intro. It's amazing. The setup of RWBY, how it is in Volume 1, is amazing. I love it. But still, it's still no Volume 2. Next, I would say, is Volume 4. I liked Volume 4 a lot. And I'm probably alone. I'm probably going to be one of the very people who's alone on Volume 2 because of how much it was. Volume 3 is my fourth favorite volume. I'm not dogging anything on Volume 3, because though granted the intro song is just probably one of my least memorable. But everything else I still liked about it. Like there was nothing I had a problem with it.
Yep, you're good.
But Volume 5 is in the bottom of the list. For all the reasons I have given it. What do you guys think? What's your top 5 RWBY volumes? Eric, you first?
Think here. I'd say Volume 5 is probably my number 1. Basically, we're going towards the best, including fights and everything, and quality and everything.
No, I'm not talking about quality. I'm just talking like
I know.
overall stuff. Okay.
That's what I just
Sorry.
said.
All right. Sorry. So it's for fighting and quality, right? What's your
Fighting and storyline.
Okay.
Plus quality.
All right. What's your second favorite?
Probably. What was 3 about again?
3 was with the Vital Festival, the death of Pyrrha, Penny.
I'd say probably 3 would be my second choice because of all the deaths and made me happy.
You were psychotic.
I'm not saying it that way.
You were
It
psychotic.
made me happy, sad, and memorable in a way.
They make you happy.
Pyrrha or Penny.
So do a penny or a punch in the dick. And my third one would probably be the second volume, same as you. So yeah, Volume 3 is probably one of the most memorable.
What about Volume 1 and 4? Where are those listed?
Volume 1 is my 4th, and then Volume 4 is my 5th because of all the non-fighting and everything.
Well, I appreciate what Volume 4 did, though. Like how it was more sadness and then picking up pieces. I like that. Right.
It really is a memorable volume for everyone.
And though that was least favorite, though, but I still like it.
I know.
What
But
about you?
plus, that also includes Arnold. He was one of the most memorable community members of Rooster Teeth. So I thought he's part of everything, but he actually contributes to him a lot. And he has actually a really big RWBY fan since the very beginning. So if you're watching this, Arnold,
I'm saying this, Arnold, if you are watching this, I'm sorry for like gunning at Volume 5 a lot, but I just was really upset about it. Hope you understand.
and I really understand how much you love RWBY. We love it as much as you.
He's probably like a little bit more than us.
I know he does. I watched his videos.
Alright.
And I love him.
Tom Wolpad's office, what do you say? I'm kidding, Berserker.
Okay.
Oh, him. What do you say?
And Arnold, every time I watch you cry during your videos, I always cry as well. So you are one of my most favorite people in the RWBY community.
I'm going to say, even though I like Arnold, I like Chuck Conroy a lot more, because he's a RWBY fan, and I just love Chuck Conroy. Also, Emil, I just love that guy so much. What do you say? Sorry I've been interrupting you. Welcome to my world.
No more interrupting for me. So continue.
Okay. Number 1. Volume 3. Because all the favorite characters die.
Dude, you're
Volume 4. Volume 4 because of the story. Volume 5 because, unlike you, I don't care that the story overtook the action. And also the animation was beautiful.
Alright.
Volume... Two is fourth.
Why?
Mainly because I don't remember much from it.
So
And volume 1 I remember least, so that's number 5.
That was basically the number of volume 1 is like the kids version.
You pretty much listed it 4, 5, 3, 2, 1 in order backwards.
4, 3, 5.
You said, you
Two,
said
one.
5, 4, 3. You said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Actually, no, you said 3 first. I'm sorry.
3.
5.
I said no.
So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're
I'm
completely
sorry.
on.
4, 5, 2, 1.
I'm sorry, but like I said earlier, I'm just really like I agree with like there was a lot of the action sequences just really irritated me just because I wanted to see more. I
What
wanted
if I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
mostly because seriously, like Rooster Teeth has beautiful animation. I want to see like beautiful fighting
Ever
sequences.
since
And I just-
when did they start doing beautiful animation? Anyway?
I think Volume 4, Volume 3 kind of had a fade. Like first, Volume
It had
3's
the
eyes were like,
fade.
ah! Volume 3's eyes were
What?
cute. Their eyes were big, but
Yeah, they're kind of they were changing a little bit in volume 3.
alright. I'm just saying this. Volume 3's
Am I in volume 1 yet?
Volume 3's animation reminded me something of a YouTube channel. I don't remember the YouTube channel's name. It had some really weird animated faces. But I'm not mostly because of that one scene at the end when Ruby's I was like, God, and she had like this really weird face that made me a little bit uncomfortable.
What do you mean, God?
Like the silver eyes, like pyramid. She went Super Saiyan more than
She
Yang
went Super
went.
Saiyan Silver. Jesus.
But
I think they had that in their song,
oh,
Super Saiyan.
Volume 4.
Did they?
What? I don't know.
What?
Volume,
I think they have Super Saiyan for Yellow in their song.
I don't know.
I think they did.
Volume 4 is when the animation really made a peak. But I wanted to see more of this beautiful animation continue on. And a lot of people, I can agree with them about Volume 5 and Volume 4 being like really lackluster. And with animation, like with fighting sequences. I'm part
By
of
the
those
way,
people.
I'm gonna say something real quick.
Go ahead.
Pierre's death was very satisfying. Penny's death made me very happy inside.
You are cruel.
Dude,
He's more psychotic than I am, anyway.
10 years or so.
we've been friends
5
since like
years,
junior year.
maybe.
We've been friends since junior year.
Fun.
I think
Yes.
that's like
3 years.
4 years.
3, 4.
Okay, continue.
Actually, it is 3. We've lost with 3 years. Alright, but alright, I was just gonna say, I understand why people don't like Volume 4 and 5 because of the lackluster anime fights. I gave Volume 4 a massive pass because of the impact it left on me with being like this dark, somber, the world's gone to shit
But
thing.
last
And
episode wasn't
really-
even that long.
Huh?
Last episode wasn't even that long.
There's
I know.
another humorous thought that's coming to mind.
But Volume 4, I gave a pass because it was more focused on some of the character and the development.
Imagine
Volume
if Zwei
5,
died yet next episode.
And plus-
if Zwei dies, I'm walking out that door.
He's not even a fighting character.
He's still
The only thing that he was fighting for was with the Oobleck.
That thing was awesome.
What happened to
And yet
Oobleck
you
even?
Discriminate that.
I never just
After season 4,
I know,
I don't
Oobleck
even know
just
where to use that.
disappeared.
No, it's because I
That's why I
was
said that.
I was shocked, especially when all of a sudden Swat.
I hate these people.
You two laughed in my face like,
What?
go on health. But needless to say, I was part of one of those people who didn't. I only liked Volume. I only liked Volume 4 because of the impact it left me. Volume 5, I just got really upset because it had so much going for it. With the massive fighting sequences that I really wanted to see, but over time from talking, and that just really upset me. Because pretty much, we're about to see these two fights. Screw you! Cut to Ozpin and Lionheart talking about it. Lionheart's a faunus.
Guess what?
Shove it all down your throat.
Guess what?
And whoever didn't know that, look at his butt.
Guess what?
I was the one who pointed
I'm
out.
gonna leave a lasting image in
I
your
know you
mind. Here's a scene that's very memorable.
What is that from?
What's that from?
It's gonna be Zwei's death. Let's see, he's gonna be limping
He's
down the
torturing you.
He's gonna be limping down the street like.
Give me
There's no streets around this, dude.
something to beat him with. Hang on, I'm gonna beat him with this controller.
Come on, break that controller.
Actually, didn't mean to hit you. I'm really sorry. Okay, I am getting sidetracked because it's actually time for. All right, so pretty much.
Can we do my half now?
Yeah. All right, so guys.
Can you? Shut up.
All right.
I got something for you to hit him with. Here, put on.
Yeah. Stop. Time out. Needless to say, I was really upset with Volume 5 on how the ending happened. But needless to
I'm
say,
gonna laugh so hard when Zawai dies.
will I still be a RWBY fan? The answer is yes. I will still be a RWBY fan because of how much.
Wait,
RWBY
why are you leaving the RWBY?
No, I'm saying I still like RWBY. I'm still
Are you
like.
saying you're leaving the RWBY fan base? What? Are you leaving the RWBY
No,
fan base?
I am still staying true as a RWBY fan. Even though I can accept its downsides. But Rooster Teeth, if you're listening, go back to how RWBY once was, with the memorable action sequences, and have story in there, story implanted well.
Basically, don't cut out the action if it's not necessary.
But and listen, I've read some people's explanation of how they don't like these new volumes because of how bad, because with the action sequences.
And how they include the entire volume in one event,
Yeah.
just like a Fall Beacon. So you could at least put.
Fall of Beacon, understand because it was fast paced.
And they could have added a few more details in there that included some other stuff.
But since Monty has passed, I think that Monty passed, that's when Rooster Teeth went down with RWBY.
Mm-hmm.
That's the piece, brother.
Yep.
But
He was a memorable part of Rooster Teeth.
I thought you were sleeping for a second.
No, I was about to fall asleep.
But Rooster
All
Teeth,
this talking
seriously,
about death was boring.
Rooster Teeth, do go listen to some of your
Do not
fans'
say that about
critiques.
Monty.
Go
I'm
do
not saying that
listen
about
to some
Monty.
listen to
I
some
was
of
just saying it was very boring.
listen to some of the critique from the fan base. And believe me, I'm actually one of those people. By the way, RWBY Republic, if you're watching this, I have one thing to say to you people.
Fuck this
Fuck
shit
you.
up.
I left that fan page for two reasons. One, because of spoilers, and two, people were just fucking assholes. So fuck you, RWBY Republic. And by the way, guys, if you actually do like some RWBY stuff, check out. We actually have a Facebook group called RWBY Revenant. I will be leaving I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Check it out. We just got started a couple weeks ago. We're going to be talking about RWBY stuff. And by the way, if you're a person who doesn't like spoilers, then come join us. We're going to be doing we're going to talk about spoilers after the episode after people have already watched
All
the
I've gotta
episode.
And
say
it's on
is-
YouTube.
Yeah, I'll be, like I said, every single week I'll be leaving on Saturdays when RWBY's on. I'll be leaving. We'll send a link onto the page saying, "Here's the next episode. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out." Especially people who aren't able to watch Rooster Teeth until the YouTube series.
Can I just say something
Go ahead.
pertaining to the page?
Go ahead.
Anyone who spoils gets a permaban.
Yes,
Instant ban.
that is the thing I want to talk about. If you spoil it before people have seen it, we will remove you because we want
Literally.
we want this page
We will forcibly
be-
kick you out.
We will-
Spoiler free.
Yeah, we want this page to be spoiler free until after people have seen it. That is why I'm obviously, like I said, on Saturday. I'm leaving a link to new pay to the channel, the Rooster Teeth's channel, with the video intact every single week.
So if RWBY Republic decides to actually attack us on that, we can just kick them off there.
We'll just be
Yeah,
like,
pretty much. If we have a person who comes from Republic who starts spoiling shit, I will just kick them. By the way, if you guys have a favorite RWBY picture, please drop it in the page. I appreciate that stuff.
Guess what? Here's what we think of people who would do that.
But needless to say, like I said, I'll be putting this channel and RWBY Revenant in the description below. By the way, if you do that, you're gonna find out our real names. And for once, I'm actually okay with that.
Same.
First off, I actually want to say this right now. This channel has been going on for almost 3 years. And I think it's time for our names to be released. My real name is Dominic Strino. Razor Einstein.
My name is Jingle.
Razor Einstein was a character I created back when I was in 3rd grade, and I just stuck with him. And I'm still calling myself Razor Einstein. I really don't care what people know.
Because I'm a god.
And your name?
My name is Jingles.
Dude, if I'm
you're
doing,
not going to get my name.
dude, if I'm
until
doing this, I'm
cry
taking
for
you.
my cold dead
If
man.
I'm doing this, I'm taking you both down with me.
Why?
Because I think I did. Channel, like I said, the channel's been going on for almost 3
It
years.
is time to die, my good sir.
So, your real name?
Kuven.
You know what? If you guys don't say the next 5 seconds, I'm going to be dropping your own names.
My name is KKQ.
Kevin.
And you gotta do it, man. Everyone else.
KKC.
His name is Ethan Van Pamela.
No, we don't do last names.
I did mine. I did my name.
My name is Ethan. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, go down with your
I'm kidding.
family.
My first name is just Dominic. Screw the last name part. Alright. Needless to say,
My name's
name,
Ethan, and the character, the Berserker, was a creation of mine in, what was it?
Junior year. Yeah, junior year.
And yeah.
And
He's a
Aerith
god.
was a creation of
Basically-
as always, and I use it in most online games anyway.
Actually, your Aerith, we didn't talk about Aerith until like when I said, hey.
I know, but still.
Hey, Ron, when you started the channel, that's when you wanted the name.
So guess what?
Uh-huh.
The intent behind the Berserker is, or basically his whole gimmick is basically a god inhabiting a mortal body.
And if you actually really want to be more curious about my character, Razor Einstein, I'm actually in the process of writing a book.
So am I. I haven't even begun it yet.
Yeah, my book so far, I've been working on for about a few years now. This is like version 5.
I've had 2 books of the entire series written of like, I don't know, I want to say about at least 9 or 10 books in the entire trilogy.
Oliver?
No.
Oh, right now?
Not
Well,
even
then.
written down. Or,
Well, like I said, I've been writing for a while. Hopefully, when I finish the book, I'm going to be sending it to a publisher,
Write down
and you guys can actually
I gotta
read
stand
about
up
Razor
and
Einstein,
stretch.
aka
You do
Drill
not.
Man, a character I have thought about years. And by the way, before Mega Man characters say anything, yes, Drill Man is a character from Mega Man, but however, I'm doing a thing called copylefting, which means I'm taking the character's name and making it my own. That's actually a thing. I learned about it. So pretty much I can take the character's name and make it something new. So yes, Mega Man character's name is Drill Man, but I'm taking the name anyway and making a Drill Man a superhero. Is to say, that is our review / everything else. If you guys like this,
slash etc. etc.
yeah, like I said, if you guys like this, check out our
What
RWBY
was
theories,
that one like nickname with the etc. etc.
Kingdom Uncut, etc.
etc.
If you guys like more RWBY stuff, I'll be putting this video in a massive RWBY playlist. This video will probably be RWBY. This will be our 16th video in that playlist, and also his video. By the way, I'm just saying this right now. This channel is going to be for the RWBY reviews. Aerith's personal channel is going to be having the RWBY theories. However, I'll still be taking his RWBY theories and putting them in the channel playlist.
I'm also known as the Protector.
Yes. Needless to say,
Just the Protector, but sometimes you can call me
He is
Red.
also a supercomputer.
needless to say, that is our
White
review.
Protector.
That is a review. That is everything about us. If you guys like this, check it out. Check us out. Please, if you guys
And
want
I
to,
may
subscribe
be
to us.
starting a news series, maybe called Protector's News Channel or something with.
You can like,
I don't know exactly.
this
how
is
to
Protector Aerith, and I am here to. Why am I sounding British all of a sudden?
Do you want your teen crumpets?
Fish and chips for the governor.
That's better.
I am sorry for British people. I am so sorry. Please say,
I am a mana.
check out Aerith's channel. I'll also put in the link in the description below.
Oh,
check out our
Protector boy.
RWBY fan page on Facebook. It would be much appreciated if you guys
Exactly.
could enjoy. I like that.
Guess what?
And seriously,
My good sir.
Zeke Ham.
and guys,
I
thank
say,
you
my good
for
sir.
if you guys liked Volume 5, then I'm sorry for my rant. I've been ranting for like I think like 10-20 minutes.
You don't say.
And I'm really sorry for this, my rant. So, you guys, that's what I gotta say. Razor out.
Aerith out.
Berserker out.